Good morning. Happy Friday. I hope everyone's having a great day today. We are basically break even this morning. I've taken 3 trades. A win, a loss, and a break even. The loss helped me to solidify a specific rule, so that's good. So I know I won't be losing that particular trade anymore in the future. We're currently in high impact news. It's now 9:02, but I am going to do, as I said yesterday, where I wait for a few swings to happen first, just to make sure. And it could just be because the first swing of that particular trade yesterday was the trade of most of the volume for the 9 o'clock news. So like here, this is a pretty short swing, so it shouldn't really matter like that. But like I said, we just gonna, or maybe it should just be for the trades where like volume actually matters. Divergence, the volume actually matters. And certain other setups that I have, the volume actually matters, but not all of my trades does volume matter. So it could also just be that. I don't know. But yeah. Thought we had enough. Let's see. Why is my hello? Why is everything's been freezing a lot today. I've had orange orders today. Yeah. I am, you know what? I did not look at that one thing. Let me see. I might need to make that particular rule too. Well, no. It's kind of hard to tell. Of course. Stop me out and go exactly where I want you to go. That works too. No worries. But I am, well, no, because that actually did rotate, so. Yeah, every part of that was during the correct time, so. Just missed that sale. It's no steam again today. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And I probably missed that trade too. No, I didn't. Okay. Why am I down 200? Good morning, Trenches. Work third shift and make sure everything got done, so no overtime. You got your ass at home, see your laptop. How are you doing so far this morning? You're green? Good, good. Hopefully I can bring this back. But we'll see. Probably maybe after like 9:30. You went with the red. Hope today's session goes by as fast as yesterday, because I'm ready to just be done for the week, honestly. Good morning, Rio. How are you this morning? I did discover some adjustments that I needed to make after yesterday's session. And that was mainly from the trades I didn't take, since I only took 5. So I was able to notice there was a couple of patterns that I would have been kind of keeping myself out of the trades. And basically, I didn't have to be as strict with the volume rules. So that's great. I think that most of the adjustments that I've made this week should help me out for next week's session. I can't even take that one anyway. Zigzag isn't attached properly. But anyway, yeah, I think the adjustments will do me good. So we'll see. Won't really know until next week comes. The witches. Oh yeah, today is quad witch day, right? I do remember hearing that yesterday. I know, like, in the past, quad witch days have not been great for me, but I also know that my strategy wasn't right yet. So that's mainly the reason why I'm still continuing to trade, because you just kind of don't really know until you see for yourself. 72. So I just gotta see if my strategy where it is now will be able to hold up. And if it can't, guess what? Quad witch day will just always be my flip day. No problem with that at all. I still have a few question marks on my cheat sheet that I have to kind of like work through. Next week to see how I want to treat those. But aside from those few, I kind of have everything for the most part how I want it to be. You're being patient now. You're seeing what the market does with 18,150. I should have taken it. There are a couple things that I changed with this particular divergence, so I wasn't sure if I could take the trade or not, and I could. That would have put me back to being down basically one trade. Yeah, whatever. It's freezing. So this divergence right here, I've lost a couple of times like this, and yeah, I didn't really realize until yesterday. I think it was, yeah, yesterday made me look at it, and yeah, would have just lost just now, and it actually makes perfect sense why it loses. So yeah, literally makes perfect sense. I just missed that buy right there. So I basically would be back to break even right now. All right, so let's just try to concentrate a little. Because I kind of already knew that rule for sure. It didn't break the rule. That sell back there didn't break the rule. So very weird. I think the last couple of days I've gotten too much sleep. I've been going to sleep, I think, too early. Now I think I'm tired because of it. Like 6 hours is kind of my max most of the time. But then usually like by the end of the week, then I'm extremely tired, especially if the market's not moving that great. So yeah, I think I just got too much sleep now. Got the push off of my main level right there. My main focus today is to at least try to either be positive or break even. I'm not really worried about much else, to be honest with you. Oh, I forgot all about that. And at 25% of the Nasdaq, still trying to go lower. Turn my phone on, do not disturb. I think on that I have, yeah, I don't know. We need to create structure above this 105.50. That's the buy rotation level, so we can create structure above it. We should be good to continue up. There's really nothing above this. The next resistance level is at 161, and then the VWAP is at 165. I hope we get some kind of pullback before then. Okay, that. We tried, we failed. Rejected off my minor level right there. The outside bar did. Pull back to the major level to push up this time. And that's the trade that I said I definitely want to try to figure out, which I might backtest this weekend. We'll see. Honestly, I'm trying not to complete my backtest because I feel like I have more than enough data, honestly. 211, 243. But yeah, I feel like I have more than enough data. So, and I think I had so many trades this week that I was able to kind of filter through and make adjustments. So I'm going to go into next week with the rules that I have and really go from there. If I just get super bored this weekend, maybe I'll finish the back test, but I really don't feel like it. If I'm being completely honest, I don't feel like it. It's trying to keep pushing up. See if we break this lower high over here. Nope. Oh, shoot. Yeah, we are probably on our way down. Did I watch the video? Yes, actually I did. I fell asleep on it the first 2 nights I was trying to watch it. But I did end up watching it. It wasn't yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday, or the night before last night. I think it's when I watched it. Actually, really good information. Really, really good information. Okay. It cracked me up when the guy was like, I think it was the older guy. He was like, you know, people are trying to use a tight stop loss, and basically wherever you want to put your stop loss, make that your entry. I think it was the guy when they were talking about stop hunts or whatever. But it's so funny because a lot of times when people are, you know, having trouble, they'll always be like, I should just go opposite of my actual trade. Like, yes, that might help you sometimes. It just might. I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, no, because the zigzag's not right. But yeah, that was good information. And then they were talking about how, like, hold on. I'm gonna less than that. How he was talking about how, you know, the big institutions, they have so much volume that they're trying to put into the market, and you know there's not enough liquidity, so they have to like create the liquidity. So if they want to buy down here, they need to they have to put all these orders in to get it there first, just to get the price that they want to get it to. And it's like you learn about certain stuff like that, right? But shoot, I was supposed to be in that trade. I'll just do this. Oh, where is my ATM, bro? I'll have to manually do this. Close. Where's my ATM? Oh, it disappeared again. Why does it do that? Whatever. At least we got into it. late, but we got into it. But yeah, it was a really interesting video. You know, you hear about like market makers this and all this other stuff, but to like hear directly from people who trade for institutions or big hedge funds and stuff like that, some pretty good information. Pretty good information. You had all that steam and then you went away. It's rejecting off my major level right there. All right, we'll just push past it. Coolio. It just sucks because if I would have took those other two stupid trades, I would be up like $120 right now. But at least I know if the day starts off not so great, I do have the opportunity to bring it back. And I told you guys that was like my main thing. I felt like on the 20 tick chart, and maybe I could go look at the 20 tick chart now to see if with some of the changes that I've made, if they kind of coincide now with the 20 tick chart, because I do look at the market way different now. I think changing to that 12 tick chart did me some justice because I was kind of forced to look at the market a little bit different because it just moves so much. And I think that a lot of these adjustments are kind of what I needed to make. But who knows, what works well for a 16 tick chart might not necessarily work all the way for the 20 tick chart. But I kind of like the risk to reward where it is right now, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, I don't know. Might just stay with the 16 because I feel like it moves fast enough, but not as slow, you know, not too slow. I feel like it's a happy medium. But I'm definitely, I forgot how many trades yesterday should have been. It should have been like 20, I think, somewhere around there. So I'm kind of averaging between 20 and 30 trades a day is what it looks like it's going to be, which is perfect for when I get to the point of wanting to okay. Oh, don't do that. It didn't fill me properly. It's fine. Just get out of it. It's no big deal. But anyway, that one I think would have just been a loss anyway. Yeah, 2, 4. Yeah, so that one would have been a loss. I have been trying to figure out if I do want to keep my break-even point at 16 ticks or if I want it to be 14. I don't know. I might have to look through my trades from this week. That'll probably be when I'll be able to tell for real. 565. All right, that went too far. But yeah. So with me having so many trades, I mean, as long as I'm taking the majority of them, I can afford to miss a few. What is that? Oh no. I can afford to miss a few. If I get into, I haven't really, this whole week, even though I don't know my rules all the way, I have not really gotten into very many trades I wasn't supposed to be in based on the rules that I already had set. Now, if it's something where I've figured out that this rule needs to change, you know, after the session or days later, that's totally different. But there's only been like a couple of trades this week, so that's good. Mainly because I've been not necessarily patient, but like I know I don't know the rules, so I'm just trying to make sure I reference my cheat sheet as much as I can and just kind of going from there. But no matter how today ends up, to be honest, I feel pretty good going into next week for real. And some of my rules have really honestly stayed the same. A lot of them are just way more lenient now. Ooh, I wonder, oh no. Maybe. Maybe. But I do kind of know what my favorite setups are thus far, honestly. And next week, I'm going to start putting my actual trades into an Excel spreadsheet so that if there are any adjustments that I need to make, it'll be so much easier for me to kind of filter through the actual trades that I take. I'll make sure I include any trades that I missed or, you know, anything like that like already specifically follow the rules so that I can see if there's any adjustments, because most of the adjustments have been kind of minor anyway. So hopefully that helps a little bit. We got up to 150, it looks like, Trenches. I know you were saying you were trying to see if it was going to hold it there. We rejected. I was about to say, there's no way it's going to push from there. I haven't even, okay, it is on there. Push off the major level again. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I wonder, do I have to do that with the other one though? Should take profit. I might might take that out of both, actually. We'll see. If we push up here, I'll get into the buy. This is a rotation level, a buy rotation level at this lower high right here. So it's having trouble breaking it. Couldn't break it. We tried. We tried. This buy pulled back too far for my liking, so I couldn't get into that one. Still couldn't break it. Now the level we need to break is 150. Which is crazy because that's the exact level that you called earlier. Trenches. I should put, let me show you. This is gonna mess the zigzag up, but it's alright. This is the free indicator I was telling you about. It doesn't work very well for, it works better for Rinkos, and I think it was probably created for Rinkos, honestly. Rinkos and like range charts, since I don't know, range charts are a little bit different, but after that fixes eventually. Alright. So I want you to be able to see the like rotation levels and stuff I talk about. I'm sorry if I come out as ignorant, but please explain what this are. Why aren't I seeing candlesticks and the pattern is almost regular, no zigzag, uptrend or downtrend or range? All right, so you don't sound ignorant. What's the name of the indicator, Rio? It's called market structure, but you have to be in a certain Discord to get it. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But if you are on Discord, are you on Discord, Rio? Because I could just send you the file, or you can email me. Either way is fine. And Kajadi, I'm gonna call you Ciro. Hopefully that's how you pronounce that part of your name. So first of all, you don't sound ignorant. I welcome all questions because I do know that these charts are much different than what people see. So these are called Renko charts, and it's pure price action. The reason why you can't see structure like uptrend, downtrend and stuff is because I'm so zoomed in at the moment. But with Renko charts, you're actually able to see structure a little bit easier than you can with other types of charts. Give me a second because I think I'm going to get into this buy here. Maybe. Give me 1 second. Oh, it's still valid for now. For now, what is this? 449. All right, so that buy is no longer valid. All right, cool. So anyway, Renkos are pure price action. They are not time-based in any capacity, so price has to hit the certain level for the bars to close. So you're able to see what looks like a range. You know, you can kind of see the range when it happens a little bit. It doesn't typically last long because, again, it's pure price action. So as long as the market's moving, you know, you're going to see it go. Now here, some of the consolidation here was just because it was trying to break this rotation level, which basically means that until price creates structure above it, it has a great chance of going down. So we rejected a couple times there, we broke it, and now we're kind of pushing back down a little bit. But yeah, these are called Renko charts. This is a 16 tick Renko chart, which means that from the bottom to the top, for it to have a reversal bar, it has to be 32 ticks or double the size of my bar size. So 8 points. And then every bar in the direction of that trend after a reversal bar, for every new tick in that direction, a bar will close. It's somewhat like Heikinashi, where there is a fake open and close on the bars that are in between. So like price didn't come down here to open the bar to go up. So that's where it's a little bit different. But most of the time when you're using Renkos, you're either scalping or you're using them to do intraday swings, and you don't really care about the fake opens and closes. You just care about the reversal bar you entered on and it going whatever direction you want it to go from there. And yeah, that's my story about Renkos. But I've been trading with Renko charts for a very long time. I was first introduced to Renkos 10 years ago when I first started trading. And it's always been my favorite bar type, whether I was trading Forex or futures. And yep. Somebody had 46 lots to sell at 152. Did we get up to 152? I think that was at the top of that bar. Well, we got up there here, but before then, no, the top of that bar was 150. 46 lots to sell is insane. You don't have to. Okay, Rio. So I think my email is in the description, maybe. But if not, here, I'll put it on the screen real quick. If you email me, I will send you send it to you. Here's my email. And I'll shoot the file to you. Because that's the only place I've ever seen it, I believe. So, yeah, I've never seen it outside of that particular Discord. But yeah, Sarah, hopefully that helps you to understand Rinkos. It's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to stream in the first place, was just to show people that everything is not about traditional candlesticks. There are other ways to trade out there. I am in the process of putting my strategy together, so I'm not all the way exactly where I want this to be, but I'm getting pretty close. Every week I'm making progress. Trying to create like a consistent, the biggest thing for me is I'm trying to create a strategy that is consistent no matter the market conditions, whether it's high volatility, low volatility, high volume, low volume. That's no easy feat to begin with, but then you're doing it on the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq can be kind of crazy sometimes. So there's been a lot that I've done. I've changed my Renko settings. I've done kind of a lot at this point, and yeah, I'm getting pretty close to where I wanted to be, so that's a good thing. 7:22. We did not stall long enough. Did not stall long enough. But yeah, I trade this different ways. Oh wait. Oh yeah. So I have like about 7 different setups that I look for. I look for 2 different types of divergence. 1, 2, 3, or is it? Yeah, 2 different types of divergence. I go 3 different regular pullbacks. Then there's one deeper pullback, which I always trade divergence on, but eventually I'm going to do like regular pullbacks as well for that. And yeah, then I have a 1 bar pullback, which I'm not really liking very much on this setting. So yeah. Not liking it so much. And that's definitely going to keep pushing now. Of course you are. But yeah, you can still see structure. It's just I don't take every single trade that is a lower high or a higher low. That would be crazy because you never know how far it's going to go. But I do trade with an 18 tick stop loss and an 18 tick take profit. So I give myself a little bit of room. It's not much, but I have a 16 tick bar. So as long as the price doesn't come higher than the open of the reversal bar on a sell, or the open of it on the buy, then I'm good to go. We can't do I need this to be to pull back further. needed to pull back to at least 126.25. And there it goes, but all right, now I can trade it. Another thing that I did realize this week, actually it was coming into this week because I realized it on my back test, but if the volume of any of the three swings are equal, I can't trade it. So like if this swing here was 2,000, this swing here was 2,000, I can't get into the sell because both of the swings are equal. I don't know why that matters, but it does apparently. Thanks for being open about it, but honestly it seems challenging. I respect that you understand it, but it's like rocket science to me, but thanks for the info. You're welcome. It's actually not as challenging as it looks. It's not. I mean, it's so much easier to see a lower high on Rinkos than it is on time-based candles for me personally. Especially if the market's like consolidating in an area, and I could see consolidation on Rinkos before I could see it on time-based charts. And I think the other reason why I've always stuck to Rinkos as well, that's a horrible fill. I had a feeling that was going to happen. It's like that stupid 10 o'clock crazy volume. I never understand it. It's always at 10 o'clock. But whatever. I could take that loss. That's whatever. But anyway, yeah, with Rinkos, it's like no matter who's looking at a chart, it's very clear if something is a higher low or a lower high, no matter who's looking at the chart. Whereas on time-based charts, and when you think about it, like we talk about price action, right? Well, why is price action based on time? It should be based on price. So even when it comes to like tick-based charts, yeah, it's not necessarily based on time, but it's still kind of based on time because it's still based on how many ticks happen inside of this bar, which takes a certain bit of time depending on how many, what your tick chart is based off of. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's just always been my preference, just personal preference. I can't even see what the hell, what does that say? Oh, 293. That little trade right there was pretty freaking annoying. And it seems like it's Fridays usually where there's I think it's Mondays and Fridays where you typically see a random spike at 10 o'clock. During the week, it doesn't really happen anymore. Yeah, that's just really weird to me, but whatever, it's all good. It's just super dumb to me. Oh, I have to remember that the second account listed, I need to blow that account after 11, after I get off. I mean, I really could do it now, but I'll just wait to the end of the session. But it's gotta go, it's gotta blow, so I can get my free reset Sunday. I'm hoping that the third account listed can survive next week, because as of right now, there's only about $700 of drawdown left. And it doesn't renew until the following Sunday, so yeah. We got a rejection here off of the rotation level. Something else I do want to look at eventually in the future is taking divergence off of the rotation level, even if it doesn't like set up exactly how I want it to. Like, this is not a buy I would typically take, but it's such a prominent level every freaking time. So I might just have to look at like certain parameters, like making sure it doesn't close inside of my zones, or, you know, just random stuff like that. But it's such a great trade almost every time. So that is something I probably need to look at some point. I don't know when, but at some point. Nope. At least the first move. I don't really care about all the subsequent moves, but it's almost always that first move. Hold on 1 second, Rio. I don't think that's gonna do anything. Notice every half hour market makers unload their orders. In rare occasions during fast times, they'll unload at 15-minute increments. So every 30 minutes, I let the market reset. That makes sense. I mean, and it makes sense because they always say like the market makers work off of like 4-hour charts or hour charts. So it kind of makes sense why the top of the hour can be weird sometimes. I never really see it happen at 9 though. It's almost always at 10. Almost every single time. So it'll be something that I look out for. Like, if I'm in a trade right before 10, I might just get out of it or something, just because it'll be weird. Or right after 10, I might wait like a minute or two, maybe just a minute, because it's like it flashes. And after those first couple of seconds after 10 o'clock, then everything's back to normal. What's the level on the white line? Where you see a white line? I don't see a white line. Because the only white line on my screen, I don't know if you were seeing this. Just my marker. Because typically the only white lines are my middle order VWAP levels, or the session high or low. And that's it. I'll zoom out a little bit so you could see. Market trying to hold support at 109. Yeah, 107.75 is that rotation level. It's rotating below it now. Oh. That is a rotation level. So like when you guys hear me say like, oh, if we stay above this buy rotation level, that's what it is. So essentially what it does is it's an overall downtrend. So when it starts to create some upside structure, it'll paint these rotation levels and basically say like, you know, if we until we trade below the sell, so it's like a pink looking line for sell rotation and like a greenish looking line for a buy rotation. So once we create structure below here, that's what typically will send the market further down. So you can see like after it was created on this uptrend right here. You can see after it created, it came, had some divergence, pushed up, created a higher high, came down, and the second time it rejected, we created a lower high. So typically when that happens, we're going to start shooting down. So now we kind of see what will happen here. And we'll see what the market does right here. But it's typically like a prominent level. Oh shoot, these swings are equal. But yeah, the yellow dotted line is just a line for me to know where my minor level changed from a uptrend to a downtrend or vice versa. So whenever you see it moving like that, that's why. Because I'm just moving it to where the new level is that I need to pay attention to. We're rejecting again, but let's see if we're able to hold. Nope. Yes. Oh, that was close. But you see how like every time we've come here, we we test it. You're so sleepy. I told you I think I had too much sleep. I don't know. I'm not sure at this point. Knowing me, what I'm probably going to do instead of taking a nap, because I want to have somewhat of a free weekend, is I'm probably going to go ahead and fill out my trade journal. Cool. And then I'll probably go through and into my backtest workspace and go through the entire week this week and just write down all the trades based on the adjustments to my strategy, the adjustments I made to my strategy. That's probably how I'll spend my afternoon. As much as I want to go back to sleep, I got enough sleep. Excuse me. So I really don't need to, as much as I want to, but it's probably what's going to happen. But yeah, like, so when I draw the yellow line, right, one of the things that I look for, like, okay, this is an overall downtrend bias. So let's say I was looking for, now this one I wouldn't because my major level's back here, but let's say that I did not touch my major level or anything and the reversal bar is below my yellow line, I'm not going to take it, because if this is where price changed from a downtrend to an uptrend in a downtrend market, I needed to clear the level that made it change. Otherwise, it's letting me know that this minor uptrend is extremely weak. And for the most part, I always determine it to be weak until I break my major level that makes it a downtrend. So yeah. And I don't always take trades if my minor and major levels, like they don't have to both be in the same direction or anything like that. Like, y'all know I take buys when I have a sell bias and vice versa. I don't really care about that. But there are certain things that do need to happen though. One more, this is a very weird structure right now. $391. I wanted to stall here a little bit for me to get in. And didn't. It's all good. But you can see how we rejected to go up. We came down a little bit. Zigzag was green anyway, so it doesn't really indicate a sell at that moment. Then we tried to go up and break it again, and we couldn't. This is still that same level that changed into an uptrend, and then we pushed down from it. All right. Open, yeah. But now it changed again right there. Okay, with the laggy lag. And you know, well, no. I think it only matters on the other one. Let's see how it pushes. It's rejecting off my minor level at 114. And boom goes the dynamite. Is this the same level? No, that created a new one. So you see how I was saying, like, I think I want to be able to take that first divergence that happens off of the rotation levels. We got a little bit of a rejection when it hit my minor level at 114, but aside from that, it just pushed right on through. But I feel like it's only that first bounce, because you just never know if the second time it bounces, it's a slight rejection just for it to create the structure in the correct direction, I guess you could say. So I'm basically in profit a little bit minus commissions, which is what's making me negative. Where is it? Right here. And I want this. I want it to be for both because that's what makes the most sense. All right. Stop yawning. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try not to yawn at all in the next 45 minutes. If I do yawn, I'm just gonna, like, you might see my eyes get big or something because I'm trying to hold it in. And my nose might flare. But I'm gonna try not to actually yawn. We're rejecting the trend change again. It changed twice, but now we've changed it again. So let's see if we actually create structure underneath this sell rotation level. Yeah, it looks like we probably are. All right, this is gonna be my alternate pullback. See how we reject off of this support level. But I've definitely been enjoying this market structure indicator. I didn't know if I was going to like it at first because I wasn't really understanding it, and because it reminds me so much of the solar wind indicator. Aside from the solar wind doesn't paint these prime lows and prime highs and rotation levels, it's just if I squeeze this, like this right here, that's the level that basically, as it stays under it, is considered an overall downtrend. That part is basically like a version of a half trend, the half trend indicator, which is what the solar wind is. So I'm not really using it primarily for that. I'm just using it for the rotation levels and stuff. And basically when price breaks this and goes up, this will change to a green line to act as support basically. But yeah. Well, that's impossible to do. Didn't quite want to take that sell. I knew there had to be more volume here to cover going back towards the support level, but and actually, wait a minute. Or this, oh yeah, no, I was correct in not taking that. Now it's going to take quite a bit of volume and a reversal candle for me to feel comfortable with a buy divergence, and we didn't get it. We didn't get what I was looking for. Not quite. This is the VWAP here. That's the first lower deviation level. Trying to see if we're gonna push down in this candle to rotate over the VWAP, or if we're gonna try to push up from the VWAP and just create structure going up. Less than 338. Oh, but that's a weak level. I can't trade that. What is that button? I need to look into this. There's so many buttons on this accounts dashboard thing that I don't use. I probably need to. I know for sure if I'm ever going to like flip an account for the day, I definitely need to use that. They have like this little thing that you could push and it'll just put you in and out of a trade really quick so you can satisfy the trading day. What I do, I really wish, it's just me. I do wish, because I have been seeing some people, well, a lot of people complaining about this. I wish the Apex would change the UI in the back office to help people with trading days once you get into PA, because once you get your first payout, you basically have to manually calculate how many trading days you have. And if you're not someone who copy trades or trades every single account every single day, it's very easy to lose track of what trading days you have at the time. So I hope that they change. I can say that there are some prop firms where I would likely never trade with them, but their UI in their back office is amazing. Like even telling people the exact percentage for the consistency. There are some that will tell you like what your average time in a trade is, and that's mainly because they don't support scalping, and part of their policy is you have to be in a trade for at least 10 seconds and stuff like that. So I understand why they're a little bit more advanced, but that's the one thing that I do hope that Apex fixes or changes over time. And I want them to make these changes for when I'm ready for PAs. But I know myself, I'm going to make sure I trade every single account every single day. So it's not going to be a huge deal. But just in case I ever want to get to the point where instead I trade one account at a time and I'm rotating. I mean, I think that I would be able to do that with the number of trades I get per day. But still. Oh shoot, Trenches, I failed. I forgot that fast until I looked up at the screen and the last message is you telling me to stop yawning. Sorry, I failed. Okay. Next 35 minutes, I'm gonna succeed. Watch. You watch. All right, so with this indicator, right, you see that this says rotation on it. I don't pay attention to those. I pay attention when the actual dash line pops up instead. Because this is because it's a downtrend, right, it'll typically paint the rotations on the lower highs. And then on the lower lows, as long as there's like, I think it's 10 ticks in that direction, it'll paint as a prime low, if that makes sense. So, but it's a pretty cool indicator. I really, really, really like it. And typically, like when these start to paint, you can typically expect not necessarily consolidation, because this isn't really consolidation. These are pretty decent sized swings, but you can expect like some kind of weird movement a little bit until it determines which side it's going to trade on as far as the line goes. Buy, sell, I don't. With this VWAP being so close to the support level, I definitely expect a little bit of consolidation here until we break either side of it. And this is kind of why I have like different versions of support and resistance on my charts. Just because when I see different levels get close, you can kind of expect what'll happen. Doesn't really affect the way that I trade all the time, but sometimes it does. Now, this rotation level is based off of an outside bar. When it's based off of an outside bar, I don't really pay much attention to it, honestly. Can you use it on Thinkorswim? Nah, it's a NinjaTrader indicator. All of the indicators that this guy in particular makes, it's all for NinjaTrader, and that's why I like NinjaTrader, because I used to use Thinkorswim, and I like how easy it is to code. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but it can be kind of easy coding think scripts and stuff like that. But for when I don't feel like doing stuff like that, there's not a whole lot. I feel like NinjaTrader, aside from MetaTrader 4 for Forex, I do feel like NinjaTrader has the best marketplace for indicators. Definitely. Whether it's their user app share where there's thousands of free indicators, or, you know, even if you're purchasing from vendors, a lot of vendors for futures, they make indicators specifically for NinjaTrader, and a lot of them don't make indicators for anything but NinjaTrader. 280. This is not my favorite trade, but I might still get, oh, nope. It didn't even pop up how I wanted it to anyway. So never mind. Never mind. I could have got into that one. Damn. I would have ended positive. I could have gotten into that one. I wanted to check because this was divergence at my major level back here. Everything was so perfect too. But the zigzag was it was a sell bias, which was fine. There are some times where I don't take that unless it ends in a double top or double bottom, and I had to make sure it wasn't for that particular one, and it wasn't, so I should have been in that trade and we would have won. I only go in Discord to see a comment of, is anything having lag or order issues, and someone, I'm not gonna say who or what kind of person they are, say no, it's fine on my I bet you they have a blue tag or an orange tag. Use ThinkScript is usually where I go. I'm sure they'll have a variation of your indicator. The persons be moderators. Yeah, I knew it's either blue or orange. I knew it was one of the two. They might. If I were you, I would look up just market structure or something, or type in like rotation or something like that. Yeah, I would try one of those two. I mean, because most people's market structure will show like the higher highs, lower highs, that kind of thing. But this is the first time I've ever seen these rotation type levels. I've never seen it before. And it was one of the reasons why I even downloaded it in the first place. And the painting of the higher highs and higher lows and stuff is not even from that particular indicator. It's from it's called price action swing. And that also is what holds the zigzag to the order flow zigzag, which I love. I can say I don't need it. Well, I do still need it because I don't want to enter a buy if there's sell pressure unless I'm doing a divergence trade. But I don't really need it as much for like getting out if the zigzag changes and stuff like that, or there's no zigzag attached for the first couple of bars. It's looking like on this 16 tick chart, the way that I'm trading it, that None of that matters, except if there is divergence where I'm getting into a buy and the zigzag is green for the buy. If that changes to a sell, I do need to exit. But aside from that, it looks like all my other setups, I'm cool. Maybe a one bar pullback, possibly, just because it is a 1 bar pullback. But like I said, with the 1 bar pullback, I'm not even all the way sure how I want to trade those. I think I might only trade those when it's like a counter trend, like trying to start a new trend versus going in the direction of the trend. Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know. So we'll see. We will see. All right, we already got too much of a push off here. So I'm not interested in the divergence off of the 1 bar pullback at the moment. So I'll just wait for the next pullback for the sell and see what happens from there. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, trenches. Yesterday I had a talk with the head of everyone that's in that chat, and I just let them know, like, yo, just so you're aware, if you see me leave out of the moderator chat and remove the badge, here is why. Mainly for me, like, I'm chill, right? Y'all can see that very easily. However, some of the guys who are moderators really get on my effing nerves. And it's because, like, you can just tell when people are not used to attention in their life, like, or they were that person who, like, growing up, they were not chosen to be on the team. And, you know what I mean? Like, you could just tell, like, people and their egos. And first of all, there are people who sometimes, like, in the private chats, the way that they talk to other moderators, like, I'm this close from just going off and telling you about yourself, and we could just keep it moving from there. Because you already look crazy talking to people the way that you do in the main chat. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of stupid questions, and there are a lot of people who would rather rely on an answer from a stranger on the internet than go look for themselves. I get it. It's annoying. However, when there are questions that I don't feel like answering because you should know this, I just don't answer. I don't respond. Like, there are some people who I respond with a smart aleck comment, but it's like fun banter where you know you're not irritating them because you're speaking to them like a child. You know what I mean? Like, it's much different. I don't know if I've ever gotten complaints from anybody, you know, as far as how I moderate, but I highly doubt it. There are some people who get a lot of complaints about them, and it's 1000% warranted, you know. And yeah, I just had to let them know, like, bro, I don't get paid for this. Like, I already get annoyed sometimes being in the main chat answering questions, but now I have this person over here who I'm not sure if they don't think I'm an adult or something, but and then, you know, you start giving some people a little bit more power just because they're in here more than other people. And now you've taken that to the head. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is about men and their egos. But, like, I'm the ego crusher. Ask my daddy. Because we ain't finna do that. We not. We're just not. So I'm this close. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, don't speak to me like I'm a child. I had to tell somebody yesterday, I'm not going to have a discussion about this. The head who's over you told me this is what can be done, so that's what I'm going to do. And as I'm talking to the head, I'm literally saying these particular two people, the second person hadn't even come into the chat yet. And it's literally as soon as I'm messaging the person, the second person who I mentioned comes in 5 minutes later trying to back up the first person and speaking crazy. And I literally went back into the chat and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I already said that I'm not discussing it, and that's what I meant. I don't care what you or him are saying. That's it. You're not the person that I have to listen to. And I really ain't gotta listen to nobody. I can be the fuck up out of there." And I could be in there as a regular member like everybody else. Like when I first started, I didn't ask to be a moderator. It was asked of me. And I was asked well before you people were. You know? Like I don't get paid to do this. And I definitely don't get paid to sit here and have to deal with men and their egos. I don't. And I told the head, like, listen, I try to be as nice as I possibly can. But you're going to see a different side of me. And it ain't going to be pretty. I can assure you of that. Because it's not, why do I have to deal with it? I don't at all, actually. So I'm going to be up out of there real fast. And I won't care. At all. I don't care about power. Like, this is the least of my worries. Having power in a Discord that ain't even mine. Who cares, people? Ugh. It's just very annoying, guys. Like, and it got so bad that like screenshots were sent to the head from someone else. Like, and it wasn't about what I said. It was about the other two. Everybody can't be wrong about people. Okay. People have gotten support tickets sent in about them. Like, chill out. You don't even get paid for this. Stop taking it so serious. And just shut up. Please. I beg of you. Because people are not going to see a nice side of me very soon. And they're going to wish that they just left me the fuck alone. But yeah. And that's just that. What are we gonna do here? I can't take this sell. There's way too much volume in this swing right here. So I'm looking for the next buy. We haven't really created any structure that lets me know that price is thinking about going up for the long haul, or you know, for a short period of time. Not yet. Oh, now we have it. But again, this is based off of a outside bar, so gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt though. I like them better when they're actually on the ends of swings, like the highest or lowest point of a swing, but it could still be useful though. What I would really like to see is for this bar to come down and then the next bar to go up. If it does, then I'll get into a buy. That's what I want to see. We're rejecting right now off of my minor level at 73.25. It keeps trying to come down. And there's also this little rotation level here. So we're trying to break it, but we're having trouble. Come on, man. Not quite the structure I wanted to see. And we're not going to close high enough. Don't want to take a divergence buy from here, no matter how far this pulls back. So we gotta wait for the next sale. Curious to see what happened off of this level if this pushes up in this bar, because that would be the first touch. It is divergence. It's divergence with a buy pressure for the buy versus a sell pressure. The zigzag changed, which typically I break even with that, but I do want to see what happens. Oh shoot. 749. If we stall in this bar long enough, I might be able to get into the sell going back towards the double bottom. First touch, even though it was on the outside bar. Let me find out. You could have held that trade. What trade were you in? You must have been in a sale. I don't trust that buy at all. I feel like it needs to rotate over that. Not just wick. Okay, we pushed too far down anyway. Cool, and then sell. So the buy divergence is not gonna work because it will start with the double bottom after the rejection. Where was your entry at? Dang, I kind of wanted to get into that no matter what. There wasn't enough volume in this candle for me to feel comfortable going back towards the double bottom, but because we rotated over this rotation level, I don't think I would have gotten filled though, to be honest with you. I highly doubt I would have gotten filled. So I'm just gonna count that as it didn't really go with my rules anyway. Your entry was at 100. Oh man. When did you enter? About 10:30? 100 is where it well, my major level was at like 103 at the time, and it's been pushing down since that. Since the push from it at 10:30. We failed to break the level so we can switch trends. So whenever that happens and it pushes down from there, it typically just pushes. And then same thing for buys. Around 10:20. Yeah. You definitely could have held that one. And there's really no structure below here except the session low is at 18,029, and then there's a support level at 2775, but it probably won't see much resistance until we get down there, probably. This is a weak level right here, so we do have the potential of breaking it and pushing up and not coming down here. And basically it's just this swing down, the huge swing down was more ticks than this next swing down. So that creates a weak level. Back at the rotation level too. Change to an uptrend there, my minor, but we didn't clear it, so we could just be rejecting off of the rotation level here to just try to push back down and test that session low. Oh, he hasn't taken any trades today. Wait, what are people talking about? Worst payout policy of them all. Who? I don't even know what they're talking about right now. Okay, wait, I could go back. Who has the worst payout policy of them all? Is he talking about Apex? Or maybe he's talking about Top Step. Video of a guy getting flagged for trading around news. I mean, but their news policy is very clear. If you can't prove that this is a way that you trade all the time, whether news happens or not, well then that's on you. Don't get me wrong. Some of their wait. Okay, no, I can't take that trade. Some of their FAQs are not, they're poorly written. I will absolutely agree with that. They have been working pretty hard to get some, it just really in the beginning looked like they had a policy, then when something changes they add on to it, and there was just a lot of redundancy, like, and for me, not that I don't prefer long form text, because I don't like to watch videos for certain things, but I feel like every FAQ should not only have written text but also visual, like for certain things. Like, it's so much easier whenever anybody asks me about news trading, the way that I explain it to people, people understand it very easily. I feel like some of their policies do look a little vague and you're leaving it up to people's interpretation. But like I tell anybody, just don't trade around news and try your hardest not to screw up the, of course, the flipping rule is very easy to understand, but also try your hardest to be under 30% when you request a payout, the consistency rule. Because if you're at or above 30%, it's automatically going to flag your account. Okay. And as soon as that happens, once your account is flagged, you're leaving it up to other humans to interpret the way that you trade and whether your trading is in line with the rules or not. I don't want to leave anything up to anybody else, especially if you're trying to make this a form of, your primary source of income. Even if it's just a side hustle, you earned your money, you want to earn your money, you want to get the money. So you have to fall in line as much as you can. And then also, there's a difference between flipping on an eval versus flipping on a PA. What people think is flipping is really a withdrawal strategy. So you have some people who will trade 5 contracts the first 3 days, get to the profit target, and then they'll immediately switch to 1 contract for the remaining number of days of the payout window. You can't do that. It's not flipping because you're still trading your strategy. But when you drastically reduce the number of contracts that you use based on the fact that you've hit the profit threshold, that's a withdrawal strategy, and that is clear as day in their policy as being prohibited. So, and it makes sense. And I get it from both sides. As a trader, you want to be able to secure your profits once you hit it. However, on their end, I understand it as well, because at the end of the day, if they're looking for people who they specifically say they're looking for consistent traders, and if they are looking for people that they can at some point start to copy trade, you're not really very consistent. It's not consistent to go 5 contracts for 3 days and then 1 contract for the next 7 days. That's not consistent. However, if you're somebody who actually knows what you're doing when it comes to trading and you understand risk management and stuff, see, a lot of these people, they're using it as a form of gambling. They're not changing their contract size based on the number of ticks of their stop loss, what percentage of their trailing drawdown they're attempting to risk. They ain't doing that. They're just doing it as, let me YOLO a little bit, get to the profit target, and drastically reduce. Now, if you're somebody who does risk management the proper way, hey, I have $1,000 in drawdown, I only want to risk 10%, that's $100. My stop loss is such and such number of ticks, so I need to do this many micros or this many minis in order to stay at my risk level. If your number of contracts is all over the place because of that, they won't deny you, because it's easy to explain. You can explain to them why you traded 3 days with 5 contracts and drastically reduced to 1 contract or 5 micros. You can't explain that. You can't. Besides, I wanted to secure my profits. You can't do that. 365. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Now, though, I'm kind of looking at this a little bit different. I wonder if I have to trade it that way now that things have changed a little bit. If you're a breakout trader. What was my fill? Aurora? What was my fill on what? I haven't taken a trade in a minute. The last setup I had was at 10:15. Unfortunately. I just haven't had setups. Actually, I think I might have missed a few, but whatever trades that I did miss, I did call them out though, but I haven't really had much. Yeah, you'll see my trades on the charts. I'm not that person that don't show my trades unless I win. You'll see them on here. I'm very transparent. You don't believe me? Go back to, what was that, Wednesday that I had that horrible day? Oh my gosh. And I've had worse days probably, honestly. But I stopped doing recaps because I know I'm not going to be able to continue to be consistent with them doing recaps every day. I'm going to do more of a weekly recap, and then it also gives me the time and energy to create other videos. Like I know my very first video is going to be a video about risk management and how to properly calculate your contract size based on risk versus just, oh, I want to use a mini type of thing. Because there are a lot of people who are so new to trading, period, that they don't really understand contract sizing and stuff, especially when it comes to props, because for some reason people like to base it off of their account balance, and you can't really do that because it's not the money you have to risk. But yeah, you will, no matter what, you will always see me stream whether I win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter how bad the losses are. I could be down $1,000 on each account and I'm still going to continue to show my entries. And you won't see me remove a live or remove a video just because I ended the day negative. That's one thing I hated when I was looking at certain live streamers, is they'll end a stream because they're negative, delete the video, and then make a community post and say, oh, but I made it back after the session. You a damn lie. But yeah, no, you'll always see 100% transparency from me. All right, let me show you guys what the accounts are because the session is over. Okay, 11 o'clock, we are done here. All right, so the only thing I don't ever really show on the stream is when I go blow an account for reset, which I'm about to do. But I want to show you guys the accounts first. I ain't gonna lie, I don't care about that 30%. I'll treat one of they ass like trenches. Oh yeah, Patrick's one of them. Trades by Matt used to do that too. I feel like Patrick has gotten way more transparent after his bout publicly with Nutty Bar trading. When Nutty Bar spent a little bit of time basically calling him out for not being transparent, because what he used to do was he would take trades and he wouldn't show them on his chart unless he was already like so many points in profit, where he knew like, okay, my break even is set at this point. Besides that, like, he was not. But now he does seem to he seems to be a lot more transparent now. I don't really watch him often because he has way too much energy and it blows me because I'm too chill for that. But I did see his video the other day about being struggling as a part-time day trader. First of all, okay, wait, before we get into that, let's talk about the accounts, because I do want to talk about that video real quick before I get off of here. I took 11 trades, not 22. And it looks like I had 5 wins, 5 losses, and a break even. So not too bad. I feel like there's one trade that I know now I won't have to worry about losing with, because that solidified a rule for me. Cool, boom. Only needed to see it one more time before I knew for sure. And then I did miss some trades today, but today just really wasn't a whole lot of trades, to be honest with you, and I'm cool with that. So this particular account in the middle, that is the one that I'm about to purposely blow because it renews on Sunday. So I need my free reset. And why did my hello? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, that's stupid. What the hell? Oh, wait. That's not my... Hello? What the heck? Can you guys hear? I think you can hear me, but you can't see me. No, you can see me. Okay, guys. My screen is actually frozen, so my apologies. I had to go on to my actual video on YouTube to see that you guys can actually still see everything. So I think. Oh, and you can, everything is still working in real time. My computer is frozen, so my apologies. But anyway, so that a second account right there, that is the one that I'm going to blow because it renews on Sunday. I want my free reset. But this account has lasted for 3 weeks and I still ended up slightly positive. That is a big change for me, especially because I've been experimenting for the last 2 weeks straight. And then the previous week, I think was a pretty rough week. So the fact that I was able to survive through basically 3 weeks of experimenting and still be slightly positive, that is big change. And that's one of the things that I talk about with like in my process of developing my strategy, where like you guys might not see the progress because you might see red on my screen, you know, but for me, that's progress. And also, I feel like with this first week of me being on the 16 tick chart, last week the 12 tick chart, cool until Friday, too much volatility that let me know I cannot trade the 12 tick chart. But I think that the 16 tick chart is going to be my happy medium. I said that after Monday, honestly, I could kind of tell. Tuesday, I was like, yeah. Wednesday, even though Wednesday was a very horrible day, I lost, I think, $400+ per account. Even though it was a horrible day, it didn't really make me feel like my 16 tick strategy was not going to be it for me. It just made me feel like, okay, let's go back to the drawing board. We didn't complete the back test, so there's adjustments that need to be made. Let's figure that out. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I was positive yesterday. And then today, I'm basically positive minus a little bit of commission, so I'll take it. That third account that's listed, that one renews next Sunday. So I still have $900 of drawdown going into next week, which is a good enough cushion for me. I think that after I make a couple of more adjustments, like I told y'all earlier in the stream, I am going to go back right basically after this stream is cut and go ahead and back test the full week with all of the adjustments I made over the entire week. Kind of see where we are there and see if I feel like I need any more adjustments need to be made. I don't think so. So yeah, not too bad. And then the 50K account, that one just came back. I think I started trading that account on the day that I had the bad day, on Wednesday, pretty sure. So that's why that one's down a little bit more than it really has to be, but still 1900 of drawdown left in the account. So next week I will be trading 4 accounts. The number 20 account will be gone until the following week. And then we'll have 17, 18, 21, and 22. One is a 25K account that's coming back. Another is another 50K account that's coming back. And that's just that. But before I go, I do want to talk about the whole Patrick Whelan thing. Like I said, I don't really watch him. Can you take me out on a date? Bill, hello? Applejacks. I'm gonna kick your butt. Bill, unfortunately, in this moment, I am in a relationship. Yeah. But anyway, let me tell you what I feel about the Patrick Whelan's video about struggling as a part-time day trader. First of all, I felt like the video was crazy because for you to have all on your YouTube, the #1 YouTube futures trader or whatever the hell he names himself, which I'm assuming it's because out of all the live traders, you know, people who stream live, he's the one who has the most subscribers maybe. And I know he's been doing it quite a long time. But for you to tout yourself as that and then make a video about struggling as a part-time day trader, I think you look crazy. Okay, that's number one. And then some of the things that he was saying in the video, it was just like, cry me a river. You know, he was talking about being a part-time fisherman and a part-time day trader, and he gets FOMO, and he feels like because he can't trade this day, now he's pushing it too hard. Let's be honest here. You're pushing too hard because you're trying to max out contracts on everything on trade. You know, and that was kind of one of the reasons why Nutty was on his head for so long about being transparent, because you can't make videos where you're streaming live and you're making 10K this day and 20K this day, and you ain't got no dang on payouts. So clearly you losing somewhere, because you would be getting payouts. And even after he got with Apex, he's been kind of doing the same thing, where he's touting these big P&Ls, but he ain't got a payout yet. And so in that video, he was like, he actually mentioned Nutty Bar Trading, and he mentioned Trades by Matt. He was like, you know, even Nutty Bar and Trades by Matt, you know, they've gotten payouts, so the payouts are happening. But see, you look crazy now because you was ragging on Nutty when he was sitting here struggling, trying to develop his strategy and develop his edge. And he's gone basically a year with not getting any payouts and stuff like that. You were taunting that man. And now here it is, because I forgot how much he said he made last year, Patrick, from trading. I feel like maybe it was 40,000 or something. I don't remember. But Nutty just got his first payout with the first cycle in March, and if I'm not mistaken, it was 14,000. And as of yesterday, he has another 10,000 that's secured, and then he has 3 more accounts that he's like less than $100 away from reaching the payout threshold. So he's basically looking at a $30,000 payout his first month of getting payouts. Now he got you looking crazy, because you've been taunting people all over this internet because you're the #1 YouTube day trader, and now you're making a video about struggling as a part-time day trader. You don't get to do that. And it just looks crazy to me. Patrick is Patrick Whelan. Yeah, he's a futures trader, and would you say he talks too much? Didn't know he wasn't getting payout. Yeah, honestly, Patrick gets on my nerves as well, but it's only because he has so much energy, and I'm such a chill, laid back person. Like, sometimes you're going to come into my stream and I might not say a word for 5 minutes, because even streaming for 2.5 hours and trying to talk for 2.5 hours can be a lot sometimes. Okay. I don't talk this much. When my computer goes off, I can bring my mom and my grandma here right now, and they will tell you she be in her room. She be off to herself, because I am. So he just does too much. And then for me, I feel like when you do certain things like putting a label on yourself, even if it's based off statistics, maybe you are the #1 YouTube futures trader because you have 200,000 subscribers and everybody else has less than 1,000 or 10,000 or 15,000, whatever. But you put that pressure on yourself when you put that #1 label on yourself. Take the pressure off. Stop trading with 10 contracts at a time. That's your fault. You put that on yourself, because I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't care how big my channel grows, that I'm not going to be doing certain stuff. Yeah, this is for entertainment, and I have that going across my video. This video is for entertainment purposes. Don't copy my trades, blah, blah, blah. Yes, this is for entertainment purposes, but the entertainment is to also pay my bills, right? So I'm not going to sit here and you never going to see me full port in nothing. Okay. It's not going to happen ever. There's a couple of things that I want to do for fun when my channel does grow, just to do it for fun. But for the most part, like, the entertainment part of it is not to do stupid stuff. Really, that's just a disclaimer so that I don't ever get sued by the CFTC and stuff like that, for real. But my purpose of my channel is just to show the journey and how it's not easy to trade, how it's not easy to put together your own strategy from scratch, which is what I've been doing since I've been on YouTube, and to show that things take time. Like I've told my mother and even my grandma, it took me 4.5 years and over $60,000 to become a nurse, just to be in this career for 10 years and not like it. It didn't take me 10 years to figure that part out. But this has probably been the most dedicated that I've been to trading consistently since I started 10 years ago. And I've basically been kind of consistent for a little over a year now. So yeah, like that video just really drove me crazy, honestly, because it just didn't make sense to me. Like, just be quiet. You put all of this pressure on yourself for no reason. My constant reminder that things are hardly what they seem. Absolutely. If you go to his channel, he created a video earlier this year. I can't remember exactly when, and since my computer is frozen, I can't really tell you. But he created a video, and it was talking about how much he's gotten paid out. I'm pretty sure he was really transparent about how much he got paid out last year. Now, I can say that part of it is because he was with Top Step. You know, only being able to withdraw 50% of your profits and not, you know, being limited to how many accounts you can have, being put live way earlier. I do believe that you can leverage and maximize your income better with Apex versus any other prop firm. However, that still doesn't negate the fact that the amount of money that he made from trading last year, I'm pretty sure was less than what he made from YouTube, and way less than whatever he made, you know, with his deal with Top Step. I can tell you that right now. So he was just so focused on all the other stuff that he wasn't, and he talked about how like he should have taken more payouts at certain times, and he was trying to build a buffer. I understand why people want to build buffers, but baby, we don't know if this prop firm is going to be here tomorrow. So you take your payouts and you take the max payouts that you can whenever you can. That's just how I feel. F a buffer. I could build my buffer in my personal account the way that I see it. But yeah, if you go look at that video, he was pretty transparent about it. The one person that I don't know if they are being more transparent now, though, is Trades by Matt. And I don't know a whole lot about him, but I do know that he was that person that used to delete his lives if he was negative and come back and make a community post and be like, oh yeah, I recovered the account after I got. I did watch his video the other day about the Robbins Cup, because he did withdraw from the Robbins Cup. And basically he started with a $10,000 account. By the time he withdrew, he had $9,100 in the account. His net profit on the account was actually like $2,300, but his commissions were like $3,200. So that's what made him, you know, be negative on the account. And he kind of talked about how, you know, the commissions round trip for a mini is like $15 in the Robbins Cup. And that's because the Robbins Cup is free for you to enter. So they have to make their money some way, somehow. So they basically double commissions, with actually more than double commissions, which is insane. But you knew that going in. So he basically talked about how he knew that he would withdraw if he ever felt like he needed to switch from minis to micros. And once he saw that in 2 months, you know, here it is, I'm negative because I've spent $3,200 in commissions in 2 months. He said that was kind of it for him. But yeah, I don't really think that the Robbins Cup is very great for people who scalp, kind of depending on what your scalping strategy is. Like if you don't make enough like bigger trades, or like total profit trades where you hit your full take profit versus just getting a couple ticks here and there, it ain't gonna work out. I mean, you talking about $15 round trip for one contract. So I don't really know exactly how he was trading, but I definitely looked at his video though. But yeah, new law on NQ. Well, guess what, Bill? I can't see it because my chart is frozen. It was like as soon as I went and made that little white line on the $25,000 account right there, everything just froze from there. It was over. So this also means that I won't be able to write everything in my trade journal the way I need to as far as the trades that I took today, because the zigzag's going to be messed up. Everything's going to be messed up. The volume's going to be off and everything. So I have to wait until the market closes so I can do ticker replay and do it that way. But yeah. But I thank you guys for tuning in to the stream. I will always be forever grateful for you guys' support. Make sure you like the video on your way out. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know if I'm going to do the first week in my trade journal video this week. Maybe I will. If not, it'll be next week. I've been putting it off because I really actually I am going to do it because now I know that for sure I'm going to be on the 16 tick chart. I didn't want to do it before because I knew I was changing so many things and it kind of made no sense. If you want to look at how I did, go look at the video captions. I usually put how much profit and loss I have for the day. I didn't the last 2 weeks because I've been experimenting and I felt like it was going to be pointless. But starting next week, I will start putting the total profit and loss in the title of the videos after they post. And we'll just kind of go from there. But yeah, peace out, you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you all. And I will see y'all bright and early Monday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bye-bye. My computer will even shut down. I don't even think it'll let me shut it down. This is so weird. Am I gonna be stuck being live right now? That'll be very weird. How do I stop myself from being live? Oh, this is so stupid. Well, do that. This is so stupid. I can't even turn the freaking computer off. I can't unplug it. It don't matter if it unplugs. I'm still gonna. Oh. So it wasn't off. What the hell? All right, now I can exit. This is so ratchet. It's not my fault though, guys. It's not. Bye, you guys. Have a good one.